In the heavens, where gods basked in the golden light of Mount Olympus, a commotion arose. Eris, the goddess of discord, ever relishing chaos, snuck into a grand banquet. Though not formally invited, she couldn't resist the opportunity to sow strife among the deities. With a mischievous grin, she rolled a golden apple onto the table, where it landed with a soft thud. Carved upon its side was a single word: to the fairest. Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, goddesses renowned for their beauty, all snatched at the apple, each declaring themselves the rightful owner. Zeus, king of the gods, weary of their squabbling, refused to judge. Instead, he devised a cunning plan. A young Trojan prince named Paris, whose youthful judgment was untainted by the web of Olympian politics, would be the one to decide. Hermes, the swift messenger god, escorted Paris to a secluded meadow near Mount Ida, where the three goddesses awaited. Hera, queen of Olympus, promised Paris power and dominion over vast empires if he chose her. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, offered unmatched skills in battle and strategic prowess. But Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, presented an offer that trumped them all: the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. Blinded by desire, Paris pledged himself to Aphrodite. He set sail for Sparta, a famed Greek city-state, to claim Helen, the woman whose beauty had captivated him. Helen, already married to King Menelaus, was renowned throughout Greece for her looks that could launch 1,000 ships. News of Paris' abduction of Helen reached Menelaus, who roared with fury. He rallied his brother, Agamemnon, king of Mycenae, and together they assembled a vast army of Greek warriors from across the Aegean. Achilles, the greatest warrior alive, the demigod son of the sea nymph Thetis and Peleus, a mortal king, was brought in by Odysseus, king of Ithaca, known for his cunning and wit. Odysseus, though not the strongest or the fiercest, possessed a mind as sharp as a spear. 1,000 black ships filled with Greek heroes, fueled by righteous anger and the promise of glory, set sail for Troy. Among them were mighty Ajax, the Telamonian, a towering warrior with a shield the size of a door; Diomedes, a fierce archer favored by Athena; and Nestor, the Pylian, a wise old counselor whose experience stretched back generations. For 10 long years, the Greeks laid siege to the mighty city of Troy. Its walls, rumored to be built by the gods themselves, seemed impregnable. The Trojans, led by the valiant King Priam and his son Hector, the noblest of warriors, fought with the fury of a cornered lion. Many heroes fell on both sides. Achilles, clad in his divinely forged armor, was unstoppable on the battlefield. His rage, fueled by the death of his Patroclus, a friend like a brother, sent shivers down Trojan spines. Yet, the Greeks could not breach the city walls. The gods, ever watchful from Mount Olympus, took sides in the conflict. Athena, along with Hera, favored the Greeks, while Apollo, the sun god, and Ares, the god of war, championed the Trojans. The battlefield became a playground for the whims of the gods, where mortals clashed under a divine spotlight. As the years bled into one another, hope dwindled amongst the Greeks. Their once mighty army was ravaged by war and weary from the seemingly endless siege. Odysseus, ever the strategist, formulated a daring plan. The Greeks would pretend to sail away, leaving behind a giant hollow wooden horse as a supposed offering to the Trojans. Hidden inside the horse's belly would be a contingent of Greek warriors, poised to strike at the heart of Troy at nightfall. The Trojans, weary of war and deceived by the apparent Greek retreat, wheeled the giant horse into their city, celebrating their perceived victory. As night fell, and the city of Troy slumbered, The Greek warriors emerged from the wooden horse's belly, led by the cunning Odysseus. A fierce battle raged throughout the night. The Greeks, invigorated by the prospect of victory, cut a bloody swathe through the sleeping city. Flames licked at the Trojan night sky, casting an orange glow on the faces of the dying and the victorious. King Priam fell to Achilles' wrath, his aged body pierced by the demigod's spear. A wail of despair rose from the Trojan ranks as their king and father lay slain. The remaining defenders, their hearts heavy with grief and the weight of defeat, fought with the desperation of cornered wolves. Among them stood Hector, the noble prince of Troy. He knew the city's fall was inevitable, yet he refused to surrender. With the fury of a lion protecting its pride, he carved a bloody path through the Greek ranks, seeking a worthy opponent. His eyes met Achilles, and a duel of legendary proportions commenced. The earth trembled as these two titans clashed. Hector, fueled by the love for his city and the duty to his people, fought with the skill of a seasoned warrior. Achilles, driven by the rage that burned within him, unleashed his godly prowess. Their blades danced a deadly ballet, sparks flying as steel met steel. In the end, fate favored Achilles. Through a cunning maneuver, he exploited a chink in Hector's armor, his spear finding its mark. Hector, the last bastion of hope for Troy, fell with a thunderous thud, his lifeblood staining the battlefield crimson. With their champion fallen, despair gripped the Trojans. The remaining defenders were cut down, their cries echoing through the burning streets. The Greeks, drunk on victory and vengeance, sacked the city, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Amidst the chaos, Odysseus, ever the opportunist, sought his prize. He had long admired Cassandra, a Trojan princess gifted with the power of prophecy, cursed to never be believed. In the heat of the carnage, he snatched her away, claiming her as his war prize. As Troy burned, the Greeks gathered their spoils and prepared to depart. But their journey home would not be easy. The gods, angered by the Greeks' hubris and the desecration of Troy, unleashed their wrath upon the returning fleet. Storms raged, ships were dashed upon the rocks, and many heroes found their watery graves. The Trojan War, a conflict sparked by a single act of passion, had concluded. Troy lay in ruins, its people scattered or slain. The heroes who had fought with such valor were forever marked by the horrors they witnessed. The echoes of the war would reverberate throughout the ages, a cautionary tale of the devastating consequences of pride, vengeance, and the meddling of the gods. But the story doesn't end there. The Trojan War, though a tragedy, also birthed legends. Achilles, the invincible warrior, though slain by a poisoned arrow in the war's aftermath, became a symbol of unmatched strength and courage. Odysseus, the cunning strategist, would embark on a decade-long journey home, facing mythical creatures and overcoming countless trials, his exploits becoming the foundation for another epic tale, the Odyssey. And so, the flames of Troy may have died, but the embers of its legend would continue to burn, illuminating the pages of history and inspiring generations of storytellers to come. Thank you for watching. Please comment below what you would like to see next.